Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. So good to have you guys here tonight. So it's been an interesting week, and yeah, definitely after last week, we'll talk about what happened with the live stream that everyone has been wanting to know. It's been I've had dozens and dozens of messages in the last week about it all, and it's hard to actually get to everyone. Sorry if I didn't get to everyone, but I thought it'd just be easier to talk about it tonight instead of replying to about a couple of hundred messages. So we will recap also because everyone wanted to know. A lot of people watched the live stream the day after, so they also want to know what it was all about. So I thought we'll just recap a little bit, and we've got a couple of news stories as well. So before we start, hit that subscribe button. Really important. We're about to break 10,000. I think we need another 400 subscribers, and definitely give this video a thumbs up. So we've got Jason here down in Sydney. We'll bring him up. Good evening, Jason.
What's going on, everyone? I reckon YouTube just must have saw your face on there and said, nah, this guy's got to go. Let's get rid of this live stream. I mean, if I saw your face, I'd want to get rid of it too. So, yeah, it just makes sense.
As we did say, we do have a few snitches on this show watching, so you never know. They could have snitched us out. Who knows? We all know what snitches need.
Yeah, it was an interesting week. It sort of went pretty well last week, didn't it? It was a little bit disappointing. We had, I think, at one stage about 500 people, and yeah, it was a good number. I think it was our biggest show, at least from the start. We were pretty happy with that, and then all of a sudden, when you can explain it a bit later. But anyway, yeah, I mean, good to see everyone in the chat, and currently around 150, which is good. That'll build up throughout the evening.
Yeah, it's going up now. So normally, what our counter says, that's normally 3 to 4 times as many by the time it all finishes. So that's not too bad. So yeah, definitely it was an interesting week this week. We've got a couple of stories we'll talk about. One that's been going on for quite a while, and I think some organisations are just trying to wring the life out of it because they're not really doing anything for shooters. But yeah, definitely an interesting one. So yeah, I just want to say hello to Dave Hubner. He gave me a bit of a hand with some sparking work today. I didn't actually do anything. I ended up sitting on the couch and having a beer, so I didn't actually get much done in the end. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on Friday.
Which is not surprising for him, Dave. You shouldn't have helped him out. He's a bastard. Don't help him out.
So yes, no, it's yeah. I got caught up with sitting down on my ass this afternoon. So yeah, it was pretty busy doing that.
Yeah, first day here in Sydney, man, of a spring, and it's the first day, yeah. And, man, it's already starting to warm up considerably. So, yeah, interesting times ahead. It's going to get that warm weather. Would have liked to have gotten out for a hunt, but probably don't see that happening for quite some time, and it's probably going to get too hot. Bloody bastard.
2023 for you, maybe, if you're lucky.
Maybe 2024. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, a lot of people in the chat. It's good. So good to see everyone back again. A lot of regular faces and some new people as well.
Well, I do hope that you have air conditioning because you're going to need it since you can't go out over summer.
Yeah, I do, actually. I don't downstairs, but I do here in my room. So it's probably what I'm going to spend most of my time just doing stuff up here. But, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to heading down to the beach. What about you?
Well, if we can do something, we'll see. They're keen on the 70%. We'll get our freedoms back if we just get it. We'll get our freedoms back. So,
yep. Camouflage said, snakes are out already. Yes, we've got a funny story about that. I opened up my shed not long ago and to get some tools out, do some work around here. And there was about 10 baby red belly blacks all over my tool belt and tools. So I gave that a bit of a miss, just went back inside for the day and did absolutely nothing. And then a couple days later, I had a bit of a run-in with, must have been the mum or dad, right near my side door. So I went inside and there was a nice big fat red belly black just giving me the eyeball, bit of a stink eye. So yeah, so
What are you
they are
going to do
definitely out.
What are you going to do when you got to move all that stuff out of there? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I might pay some workers to come and do that.
Risk their lives instead of yours. So
That's it. So yeah, the snakes are definitely out here in Queensland. That's for sure.
Yeah, they definitely are. Have you got any? We're going to do the roll call of what do you got? Roll call. Here we go. What do you got? You mentioned a few things. You might tell them about what happened with the stream and.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on. Hit the roll call and get the roll call going, and then we'll jump into a couple of funny stories.
Yeah, let me just go back. So, man, you guys have been talking crazy. So you got to be here early because I don't want Aaron to get the siren out on me like he did last time. So, he was reading out all the people's names. So, again, sorry if I read them twice. It's hard to remember all these people and all the names that I've read out. So, again, if you want your name read out, you got to get here early. If you're not here, well, you need a permission slip from your mum. Anyway, we've got TC Fan 25. We've got Jiffy Son, Christian Constitutionalist. Nice. That's an interesting name. Alex Lopez, Harps 666. We've got Big Brain Game Time, National Shooting Council. Again, you guys are all having chats in the comments here, so sorry if I missed anyone. Colin Penfold, of course, one of our regulars here since the very beginning, actually, which is fantastic. Peter from the NSC. We've also got Camouflage or Camouflage. I think it's supposed to be Camouflage, but Camouflage. I like that one. Aaron Johnson, of course, another regular in one of our live streams, pretty regular. Anyway, he's been here since, I'm not sure of the beginning, but anyway, Epic Flyer 889, Mr. Wonderful. Who else we got down here? You guys are having a lot of chats here. Tim Tretton. Sorry, Tim, we haven't seen you before, but welcome, Tim. We've got Ticker 300WM. We've got Lone Wolf. We've got Rob's Woodworking is joining us again, also another regular. Oh, Neil Constantinou, also another regular as well. Dave 101270 also joining us as well. I haven't seen Dave before. I apologize. You got to be here, miss more than 3 or 4 times, so then I just get the names in my brain. LJ's Adventures joining us as well. Who else we got here? AHP Outdoors, which is me. Stay Frosty, Front Toward Enemy. Big Front Toward Enemy's back for another live stream. Adzi, the PWC bloke in Australia. He's also a regular. How could you forget that name? Griffo117 also joining us again. Fox 860. We've also got Peter Sadout, Bagara HMR operator, also some fairly regulars as well. Duke Chronic, he's also joining us as well. Rob Sweetstar, Looking Over Hell. How can you forget that name as well? Of course, our very good friend, Andy 1234777, aka Daniel Andrews from Victoria, finally accepting that he'll never get to COVID case 0. So he's at least got half a brain. Not our buddy Andy here, but we're talking about Daniel Andrews. Who else we got here? Alex George is joining us in the chat. Captain Caveman, Boar Hunter, CG, Mick Beckers, Dirty Fox, Salty Skippy. I like that one. Tezza Shooting Ferals also back in the chat as well. A couple of regulars there as well. Our buddy Stan, Long Range Pensioner Mance. He's been probably putting that out, been out there doing some long range shooting. Well, that's if he's not in Sydney, he probably has been. But if he is, well, he wouldn't be. Aussie Rumpig, also another regular. He's been here fairly regularly, so Aussie Rumpig can get a good shout-out. Tankmeister. Haven't seen Tankmeister before, but if you've been here, sorry. Mark F, Izzy Marlin, Sal77, Aussie Outdoors. Sorry, I always get this wrong. Manelis Mikulitsis. Sorry, man, I hate getting people's names wrong, so I'm sorry about that. Mr. John Boy, 1965. Andrew McKindo. Who else we got? Mr. Wonderful. I'm not sure if I've read him out, but he might get a second shout-out. Stephen Savick, Annoying Frog. Our buddy over there from California, West Covina Dodge, who came on our live stream a couple of weeks ago. Pat, I think his name was. Pat, if I'm correct, West Covina Dodge. Pat. Really, really top fella. Yeah, it was Pat. Fried Dog RC is also in the chat. M. Trundle, also another regular. Who else we got here? I'm not sure if we said C. Henderson. Welcome, C. Henderson. He said, "Where am I?" But I'm here in the chat. I know Aaron normally gets on first and does a bit of an intro. Who else we got here? Sorry, guys, just trying to go through. You're all having a big conversation here. Nick Blackwell's joining us again. He's also a regular. Matt Rumsey, Johnny S., Rose 123. He was on our live stream a couple of weeks ago as well. Joined us live on the show. So welcome back, Cliff Lee. Jimmy Ricard. Jimmy Ricard. I haven't seen you before, so welcome, Jimmy. Tube user, C1. Also back in the chat as well. Sean White. We've got Bushranger, Brotherhood of Victoria, also back in the chat, which is absolutely fantastic to have you here. Horto. Haven't seen Horto before, so sorry if you have been here, but again, come regularly. We'll read out your name again. Neil H. We've also got Christian Magno. Mick Becker's also joining us. Mark F. I'm not sure. I think I read Mark's. Jason Pillfoot, Fur Eater, Paul J. Rusty Nail 0. I'm smashing him out here. Kieran 1999, Mickey G, Robert Beatson, Victrix 300, Wilbur, welcome to the chat. ADV Mark, come on, let's see if I can keep it going. Acme Firearms, Aaron Kelly, Hunting for Sanity. Yes, that is great. I love that name. Excellent. Who we got? Mike Bryan. I think I already read Mike's name out, but if I did, he gets a second shout out. Conservative Sniper Hunter. Who else we got? So I'm just trying to get as many. We've got 20 seconds to go, and we'll see if we can get some more. James Ortiz in the chat as well. Who else we got? ID Tomney also in the chat. So welcome. Good to have you here as well. Already read those out. Roman Maring. Yeah, Roman Maring. Lockland Curry. Welcome, Lockland. I used to know a guy named Lachlan. Anyway, that's all the people. Shit, well, that was pretty quick, wasn't it? Sorry if I missed anyone there. I was scrolling fairly quickly there, so we're sorry about. Oh, shit, he's onto me. I'm getting
just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just got shut down by the adjudicator. So even though I'm giving you guys a shout out because you guys are the best, Aaron's trying to cut off your roll call. So he is a bastard. Yes, he is.
Yes.
Sorry, Cracker just joined us, so welcome, Cracker, as well. And Peter Robertson. Not sure I read those two out. Liam Cumbo also as well. There you go.
Cool. Thank you, Robert Beaton, for the ammo fund. Thank you very much. And we have another super chat. Thank you guys for the super chats. Jason, we really do appreciate it. And JR, okay, chat friends, I need some help to decide planning on a 6.5, 6 mil bench rest build. I'm thinking 6x47 Lapua, 6mm BR, 6mm Creedmoor. What does the room think? Well, I reckon just go with, they're all pretty much the same if you ask me. I just go with one that's easily available to get the components.
I reckon the BR or the Creedmoor, one or the other. That's what I reckon. That's my initial thing there. I mean, 6x47, yeah, I mean, it's good, but I'd go the BR, the Creedmoor. A lot of people go on the BR. I'm going to go the BR. What do you guys think in the comment? Let me know. BR or Creedmoor? What do you think you should do? So Mike says 6. Mike Bryant says 6 mil BR. He's agreeing with me, which is good. Bagara operator 308. Anyway, What do you guys think? What do you think, Aaron? What do you reckon?
I'd go a 6.5 for a start, but probably I would go. I'd probably go the 6 mil PRC.
Yeah. Well, don't go the 6.5 PRC because Aaron can't even get his shooting. So it's blowing up bullets mid, or not even mid-flight, early. As soon as it exits, the barrel explodes. So.
$5,000 shotgun.
Good point from Rose. Said none of them go 243. Well, yeah, you can't go past the older 6 mil 243 87 grain VMAX.
We've seen how that works at long range. Can't have that.
Yeah.
We got 6.5 Swede, 6.5 Arc. That really didn't do anything, did it? It came out, man, it would be close to a year ago. The 6.5 Arc was the next greatest thing. And mate, to be honest, I haven't seen any on the shelves. It just sort of fizzled out. I don't know if it's because we had all the ammo problems with the COVID thing, or we can't say that word, can we? Because of the Chinese flu. And I've just never seen the Arc out there. I don't know. Has anyone shot an Arc or seen it or anything? Because I haven't. Well, looks like Jason has frozen. Okay, so we got another couple of super chats here. Thank you to Alex, just letting you guys know how much shooting community appreciates the efforts you guys go to bringing us the show. Thank you very much, Alex. Geez, hang on. Yep, Jason's gone, so hopefully he'll get back on. He's getting back on now. He's just dropped out. So thank you very much, Alex, for that. Yes, well, we enjoy bringing the show to you guys. We absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, it's probably one of the most enjoyable times of my week, to be quite honest with you. Okay, he's coming up slowly. Yeah, so yeah, we really do enjoy it. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. We get a lot of positive comments out there from it, and Jason has frozen again. Unfortunately, not too sure what's happening there. I'll try and bring him on a second time. Geez, I don't know what's happening there. Sorry, guys. Yes, so we really do appreciate you guys appreciating what we do, because we try hard and we enjoy bringing this to you and talking to you guys each week. And we have front towards enemy here. Okay, here we go. Here's Jason. Remove that one. Here he goes. There he is, finally. Can you hear us, Jason?
Sorry. Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
I don't know, just him dropping out. I've had the worst internet for the last week. I honestly don't know what's happening. Man, it just gives you the shits when you're trying to do a live stream and like we're in the 21st century and you can't even get a decent internet connection, TPG,
Yeah. I had to go to Telstra just to pay way through the nose for a half decent connection out here in the countryside. Thank you very much, A Shoot Towards Enemy. Same as what Alex said. Thank you so much. And as I was saying, Jason, we really do appreciate you guys watching every week. Yeah, so thank you very much. But yeah, a lot of people saying 6.5 Creed here for JR's rifle.
Well, I did see a bit earlier, a buddy there in, I think he's in South, SA Feral Shooter from South Australia. Said he's got his own YouTube channel, so you can check him out too. But he said 260 Remington. Have you been watching a few of the videos I put up with the 260 with the 143 ELDX? You saw the damage. I mean, holy crap. We were, it was just, I don't know what happened on that trip because I had shot them before, but we probably shot 6 or 7 rabbits on that trip and they were just vaporizing. It was just crazy. But I don't know what was happening on that trip because hadn't really done it before, but I'm probably going to go to the 140s after that, the ELDMs, because I've got like 2,500 of those bastards. So
I reckon my next one will just be a 3-threat Lapua, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, mate, you can barely handle a 6.5 PRC. So, I mean, how are you going to handle Lapua?
I can handle it, but the rounds can't handle the gun, or vice versa.
Yeah, someone goes, it wasn't TPG, it was the AFP. It's a salty Skippy on my internet connection. Yeah, maybe they're just keeping me in line so we don't get the chat taken down this week. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, you're going too close to a naughty word. We already blew it this week. We said the big C word.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just old school, man. Again, don't complicate caliber selection. I don't reckon. I mean, get what's going to be. Again, these new calibers. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, Creedmoor 260. People, say, oh well, this shoulder's bumped back, or it's a fatter case, or whatever. It doesn't really matter, man. So long as you're shooting good bullets, you got a good powder behind it. You're going to get fantastic results. I think people go, oh, they've got to get the next biggest and best caliber, but these calibers are popular for a reason, 223, 243. I mean, yeah, these 6.5s do have good bullets. I mean, 300 Win Mag, 270, 7mm 08, 308, 3006, etc. All good calibers for a reason.
Yeah, I'm starting to, as you know, I've always said stick to the most readily available calibers. I broke out and tried the 6.5 PRC. I got to say, it's been an absolute nightmare. It really has, as Jason knows. A lot of wasted money on load development and everything that's just not working. When it did work, man, it was an absolute tack driver, but you can't even get through 10 bullets without at least one exploding.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to just recreate the same thing. I think, you got the 6 people, someone just mentioned it there. Who was it? Mike Bryan said 6.8 Western is interesting, just limited in rifle selection. But yeah, exactly. No one's making it. Custom build, brass is expensive. Like once you get projectiles, I mean, they're just 6.5 projectiles, but it's the brass, that really is going to start costing you, especially, you're looking at $2 for a piece of brass, or could be even more. I mean, you lose those out in the bush. It all depends on what you're going to be doing with, with said caliber, whereas you can buy 308, Win Mag 243, 223, 222. I mean, you got the, okay, if you want them, I always say buy it. But, again, there's plenty of calibers out there that's, hey, dead's dead at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, well, JR's doing a rifle for bench rest, so all you got to worry about is the dirty old brass goblins hanging around ready to grab your brass. That's all you got to really worry about, losing it.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make sure that no one's trying to steal your brass when you're on the thing, especially when you've got like 260 brass. But I think now I get it a little bit cheaper because I know a guy, but I mean it was about $90 something for 50 brass. I mean, you get $180 just for 100 brass. I mean, then you lose one here and there. You just can't help it. I've lost about 4 or 5 now, but I was just thinking maybe introduce another 50 pack into it and just mix them up. And I don't really care about keeping them per batch or whatever. I just reload them and off we go.
Yeah, here's Peter, and he's right about nothing more Australian than a 303, which is true. I'm going to get my 303 out. Next time I go out, I'm taking my 303. I haven't shot it for a couple of years. I really do like it.
Yeah, exactly. What are we doing? Are we recapping last week, or what's the plan here?
We'll bring up this interesting one I've been wanting to talk about. This here, where is it?
Because I'm going to recap just quickly for people that weren't here last week or that were here. We're going to spend a couple of minutes on just a couple of ones that I've seen over the last week as well when Aaron goes through his.
Yeah, definitely we'll talk about it. But this week, guys, have you seen this guy here?
It's not me, is it? Oh, the Aussie Cossack.
the Aussie Cossack, and there he has got some wild game behind him, and he was slapped with a firearms prohibition order right out of the blue. And he doesn't have a firearms license or have any interest in getting a gun. He did say he didn't agree with John Howard's gun grab, but that's as close as I've ever seen him talk about guns. And they slapped that on. So obviously it's, for more sinister reasons, I dare say, Jason, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he's gone. He went from about 4,000 subscribers up to, I think he's just over 40 now. And, obviously he's being, filming the law enforcement there in Sydney. And they looks like they haven't taken too kindly to his filming. And I think he got a fine for having a hashtag on his number plate, but that was from plates.com.au, which is Service New South Wales. So they ended up, stopping that ticket, or what would you call it, cancelling that ticket. So, and then all of a sudden they're raiding his house on a firearms prohibition order. But I guess they do that so they can raid your house at any time they choose. And that's the whole point of it, isn't it? They can raid your house, car, place of work, anywhere where you are, anytime without a warrant. So, yeah, very, 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 very smart people in the way they do things, in the way they sort of start attacking these people. And, someone's obviously given a higher up order. But that's the thing. If you watch these videos, I just think, it doesn't look like he's going to give up. So I probably would have just told him back down and don't bother. You're just giving the guy what he wants at the end of the day, which is views and clicks. And then unfortunately, when they cancel a ticket, he put it up on the internet. They cancelled the ticket, so and then made fun of them. And I don't think the guy's going to give up at all. So I mean, why would the guy need a firearms prohibition? Or that's for terrorists and some bikies and so forth that are not allowed to have guns. Like, I mean, just from a guy from just filming police, this is crazy, man. It's just an abuse of power. Totally crazy stuff. But nothing would surprise me these days with what these politicians are doing. You got Liberals in Parliament acting like the Greens right now. You don't do what we say, you don't get your freedoms back. I mean, what country do we live in, man?
Yes, exactly. So, that's a bit of a shock. As soon as that came out, I probably had a dozen messages from Facebook and my good people who subscribe to the Patreon sending me messages saying, have I seen that? It was, unreal. Just out of the blue, just here we go. We've had enough of you. We're going to start raiding you for no apparent reason. And he showed them raid coming out of his house. There was four drive loads full of like tactical people with balaclavas on and all that sort of stuff. Jesus, the guy's harmless as a pussycat by the looks of it, eh? Do you really need to go to that? Do you need to go to that extreme?
You're right. I don't think they've, but they knew they were probably no one knew they were never going to find anything. It's just part of the game, isn't it? They don't like him recording, so most people probably would. That's the idea. Most people from this sort of stuff would have given up by now. But then I did read a comment the other day. Someone said they're just gearing up to take his license, so he can't drive anywhere, so he can't cause any trouble. You know what I mean? So if he can't drive, well, he can't do anything. You know what I mean? So this is the whole point. And then when you put the FPO on him, that allows them to do anything they want anytime. Like, it's just a crazy, crazy power they've got. But yeah, I mean, we really shouldn't be surprised, should we?
Can you take someone's driver's license off them if they have not committing driving offences?
No, but the point, what they will do is they'll just keep booking you for something and enough points till he loses 12 and then see you later.
Yeah.
You didn't do this. You're 3 points out. Didn't do that. We saw you in a video. Didn't do that. 3 points. Boom. And then your license is gone.
Yeah. Then you have to lodge for harassment claims because it would just be pure harassment in the end of the day, wouldn't it?
Well, like this is what people have been saying a little bit too. They're like, you can go to the courts. I mean, it's our money to go to courts. It's taxpayer money. People, like, it's hilarious in Victoria. I mean, didn't Andrews appoint like 3 of the judges? What are we hoping by going to court? Judges are going to do the right thing? Yeah, okay. Hilarious, man. They get paid by the government. They're put there. And if you speak out of line, you don't get the promotion. You don't get to the high court. You don't get to these higher positions they want. Like, I love people going, we're going to go to court. We're going to go to court. Okay, well, what's that going to do? What's that going to do at the end of the day? These people are appointed by the government, most of them anyway. So where are you going to take it to? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Are you going to get a judge to go out against Andrews's or Gladys's lockdowns right now? Nah, no way.
Yeah, nah, not risk the paycheck. And Alex said an older lady stopped in the street and gave it to the cops, saying your mum and dad would be ashamed of you. That was one of Aussie Cossack's videos. So guys, go over and subscribe and look at his videos. They're quite entertaining, aren't they?
I mean, if anything, they're just a source of entertainment. So really, I mean, I'm glad it's not me going through that, but that's the thing. I think most people would have probably given up by now once they got the raids and FPOs and firearm prohibition orders. But yeah, I think they're just this guy. They haven't realised this guy's just definitely not going to give up. So I'd probably just give up. I'd give up and move on. But now it's a war of egos now. So which is a recipe for disaster, isn't it?
Exactly, and as Bagara said, as everyone's saying, just a waste of resources. Those cops could be out there actually helping the community and doing good in the community, but they're just pulling crap like this where they could have been stationed and doing actually stuff for the community and what they're actually meant to be doing as police officers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't. Oh, hey, in the meantime, it's a good source of entertainment to have a bit of a laugh. I mean, I guess when times are tough, you can watch those videos and have a little bit of a laugh. I guess the police don't find it funny, but you got to read the comments, and it's just like, wow, like if I was them, I'd probably just stop now.
Oh yeah, it's not shedding a good light on them. You just might just cut your losses and think, oh well, just let them. They could just see him as some crazy nut, just having a bit of a go and just walk away, basically. And
exactly.
While they've still got some credibility left. Yeah, it's quite good. And someone bring up old friendly Jordan as well. The stuff they're doing to him, using police resources for in useless ways like that. For another YouTuber.
Yeah, he's a bit of a left winger. Sometimes he makes some good stuff. Other time I just cringe, but he's made some pretty good stuff against that John Barilaro. You calls him Braz. If you've watched Friendly Geordies, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he went pretty out there last week, naming them all by first name and last name at the end of his video. Specifically, put photos up of them. But you're certainly getting amongst it now. By putting their full personal names up on the internet with pictures of them, but. Guess it's the only way to get through for these guys, I guess. But recapping. I'm going to recap on just a couple of mine here from last week, just because again the stream got taken down. So we saw. I got two or three things actually about the licenses in New South Wales. Just very quickly, we saw a guy approach, and again, I don't recommend this now, guys, based on what's happened. We saw a person in Borkham Hills here in Sydney, that's out sort of Western Sydney, approach the police minister, David Elliott. You know, he's never been a stranger to controversy. So this guy meets up with him, says, well, we can't feed our family, gets a little bit mouthy at one stage, and then as soon as he finds out he's filming, he goes, well, that's it. You're filming me, I'm leaving. Starts walking off. The guy's still asking questions, a few swear words here and there. And then he says, you're intimidating me. So then he starts walking off. He's about 40 meters away. The guy is still, well, I don't say walking behind him. He's 40 meters away. And all of a sudden, within 2 hours of the guy putting the video up on the internet, he's got a COVID fine and he's been arrested for stalking and intimidation. I mean, you can't even keep your politicians accountable now with basic questions. And when he was sort of filming initially, he didn't know he was filming. You could only see Elliot's legs. And all of a sudden, yeah, we made a few mistakes in Bondi, letting people out. He admits all this stuff. And then as soon as he knows he's filming, oh, no, that's it. I've got to get out of here. Anyway, so my point is, don't approach politicians, guys. You know, you think, you know, they'll just get the goon squad onto you, rings his mates, and he gets them onto you. So, okay, so in regards to licensing, this was last week as well. So we know they've been refusing licenses for traffic offences on the show. We always tell people, listen, number one priority is obeying all laws as they are on the show, because that's, you know, again, you don't want to lose your gun licence. We're good law-abiding citizens. We want to be treated that way. So, again, follow all laws as required. So, this guy sent me this message. Now, this is the biggest one of all. First off, he had a couple of offences, so I rang him. Unfortunately, he doesn't look like he has any money to be able to fight it, which is disappointing. I think he had his P plates and he lost his license. But this is the main one. This is from a different person. Now, this is probably going to go to appeal, then maybe the tribunal. So this was in. I'm not going to say too much. Don't want to give it away. So basically, they're saying there was possibly an alleged assault, right? That this person has never been charged for, never had an AVO, never been in trouble with the cops, etc. So he applied for a gun license, and they said information available to us on the registry indicates that there was an assault potentially at a certain period of time. The person was punched, etc., and as a result, the person went to hospital. Okay, so it says, you know, firearms is a right, not a privilege, not a right. Well, we know it's the opposite, I think. But then it says, whilst you have not been charged for the assault matters, on the balance of probabilities, I believe the offences occurred. So, wow, like, just let me read that again. Whilst you have not been charged for the assault matters, on the balance of probabilities, I believe the offences occurred. So without even being charged for anything, no AVO, no court appearances, no criminal record, no nothing, they just believe you committed an offence. Therefore, I would not consider you to be a fit and proper person, nor is it in the public interest for you to hold a firearms license. Accordingly, based on all the above information, I've determined to refuse your firearms license application. So now you don't even have to be even guilty of a crime. They just have to believe you've committed a crime, and that's enough to refuse a license. So I spoke to the guy. I got the story. I mean, whether he's told me the truth or not, I don't know. I said, you're better off telling me the truth, because if you go see the solicitor I'm referring you to, well, you know, he's going to get it out of you anyway, and it is going to be theirs. But he said he didn't do anything wrong. So he goes, they asked if I had a bat or something. He showed him the car. Ridiculous. I've not done anything. And I said, well, what happened then? He goes, never heard from him again. That was it. Never heard from him from that day to this. And all of a sudden now he's been rejected a firearms license based on a probability that he committed an offence. But I'm thinking, if someone got beaten up, Aaron, and hit in the back of the head, and people got threatened with weapons, or they had weapons and they were threatening people, you think the police, if they had the evidence that they did it, you'd be getting an AVO, you'd be charged in court, you'd be getting some sort of, you know, good behaviour bond, or, I don't know, sent to juvenile, prison, who knows, whatever. But now they're making assessments, unfortunately, on the probabilities that someone may have committed an offence. So anyway, I gave him the solicitor's details, and he's going to be taking it a bit further, which is really, really scary. So if you're in New South Wales, don't even get involved in anything. I tell guys this. We've had a couple of mates with family breakups, as Aaron knows, losing gun licenses. Sometimes you think that something was borderline, and other times there's nothing in it. But again, you've got to do things the right way when things start breaking down, especially with relationships. But yeah, if you don't even commit an offence, you can't have a gun license now, which is very scary indeed.
And you think if he was hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat, it would be records of him going to hospital, because I don't think the human head likes being hit in the head with a baseball bat, does it? So
no,
I'm pretty sure that there'd be records of hospital and ambulances, and the cops would have been involved that night. That would have been a serious assault. So just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. So Yeah,
How
will
can
be
you
good.
base thing on a probability that someone committed an offence? I'd say what's happened is when he's went and spoken to them, he spoke to them, probably gave them some sort of statement about whatever the situation. So whatever's in that statement, they're using that as some sort of basis. But I mean, if you're admitting to assault, which this person said he didn't do because he never committed any assaults, well then, what do you have to actually go on? You just want a statement saying I didn't do anything wrong, basically, and we believe you committed an offence. Well, I would have been charged for the offence. Anyway, we've given it over to the lawyer. He's going to escalate it to an internal review, I would assume, and then I'm sure they'll go from there. But it's just a timely reminder, guys, watch out, especially New South Wales. They're using any reason to reject you and come after you to the point now where you're not even committing an offence and you can't even get a gun licence. So scary times indeed.
Yeah, exactly. So before I talk about what I was going to talk about, thank you to Epic Flyer for the donation. I bloody love the Sulan Tech 12. Shoots awesome and reloads like no tomorrow. Cheers for the convincing me. Then the Ghost Ring sights are excellent on it. Yep, it's a very good rifle. Really do like it. So the thing last week was what Jason was talking about as well. And also it was all about you got to watch what you say online, guys. They are just basically about the Wu flu and the jab. This is what they are looking at. They don't want you talking bad about it, saying stuff along the lines that it doesn't work, because my mate's nephew, who I've met a few times, very nice guy. I've only met him a couple of times in the last 14 years. And never knew he was a shooter, to be honest. I never knew he was a shooter. And I was told the other day they just came out of the blue and to his house and took his guns because he was online posting memes and articles on the negative stuff about the vaccines and the jabs and all that. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, whether it's wrong or right. We're not here to judge on this channel, but whether he's entitled to his opinion, and any smart person will go and research stuff anyway. So I don't listen to what people say. I go do my own research on stuff. And he actually started a Facebook page talking about the jab and different articles around the world about what's happening with all the Wu flu. And they don't like it. They don't want you talking about this stuff. They've paid all this money for the jab and they want that in your arm ASAP. Because the taxpayers have paid for it, and that's all they care about. And they were told him that he is spreading misinformation and he's going to get people killed by his from what he's saying. So a bit over exaggerated, if you ask me, from what they're saying, because most people can do their own research. But he lost his license just through a few posts talking about the Wu flu and the jab online. So that was pretty much the gist of it last week, and you got to be so careful in what you say. That's why we try and say nothing about it. We got our opinions on it, Jason and me, and it's our opinions, but we're not going to voice them online at all. I don't even post memes or anything like that at all about it, because that's what they're watching out for. Because all they're going to think is you're not a fit and proper person, and one person decides that.
Well, normally it's a bureaucrat. That's who normally does it. So says you're not a fit and proper person. But yeah, someone I think mentioned from one of the comments from one of the people last week, they did say, how long before, if you don't get the thing, if you don't get it, how long before you're not going to be a fit and proper person? I mean, if you don't get it, I mean, I wouldn't have thought where we are right now would be a reality in 2021, but yet we're here and we've got conservative parties talking like the CCP from China. So it's very scary indeed. And I can't believe people are just, just going along with this stuff, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like crazy.
Yep. And this here from Front Towards Enemy. Never post under your real name. Well, this dude did not post under his real name. He actually started a fake name with a different email address, everything, and they still got him. He wasn't under his name.
He's probably not using a VPN as well, so just looked up his IP and found him straight away. It wouldn't have been that hard, but
yeah, exactly.
This is the problem, guys. Just avoid this sort of stuff. I mean, keep your gun license. You never know what's going to happen these days. we always say we don't like to push it down your throat, but it's, follow the rules, follow the laws, do as, it's just that's what we just have to do to maintain our gun license. And that, since the beginning, we've always said that since the beginning. So, it's getting to the point now where you're getting a couple of traffic offenses in quick succession, which is easily possible. Anyone can do that. Who hasn't had a traffic offense? I have. I've had a couple of them, but again, just one too many, or one or even two can be enough to lose your gun license. So, at least I'll give Queensland that. They did put a set of, even though they harshened things up a little bit, at least they put a set criteria. Whereas if you lost X amount of points over so much time in a certain period, well, that you'd have to show cause to why you should have a gun license. Some of the offences were instant refusal, while other times they were show cause why you think you should have it. But at least they gave you guidelines, and it was pretty. I would say it's reasonable, because a lot of the stuff's continually getting tighter and tighter. But at least it gives you, where you're at. Well, I'm here, I'd still get a license here. If I'm here, I won't get it.
Exactly, JR. We have been gagged. Not so much gagged. I guess it is sort of, isn't it? It's voluntary censorship, I guess. We just have to be very careful what we say as gun owners. I think everyone has to. It's a very sad state that you can't have your opinion. Whether it's wrong or right, as long as you're not hurting people, or committing an offence, or saying to do bad things to other people and stuff, you should be allowed to have your opinion. So listen,
if you're getting $1 million a year and you lose your gun license, you probably handle it. You just go to another country. But because we basically do this for free. It's just your support on Patreon and Super Chats. But at the end of the day, we appreciate all the support. But it's not. We've both got full-time jobs. It's, if we had to retire on this, I'd last a week with the amount of money we got. We do appreciate that. But again, it's not worth our gun license, is it, to make a couple $100 a month? It's just not worth it to us. It's just crazy to do that. So it's not worth my podcast, and it's not worth a live stream to lose my gun license. So that's just how it is. So like we say, do the right thing, do as you need to, and we'll all be got to go out once we get back to normal, whatever that normal will be. We'll be able to go shooting and hunting again, and have a great time doing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so that was basically the gist of it. We had a few stories about it. Like here in Queensland, a lot of people have been denied through speeding tickets, even back to like 10 years, 15 years ago, which is a bit ridiculous. I can't even remember the last time I got a speeding ticket. It was like 3Ks over, and that was I can't remember, 20 odd years ago.
Yeah, and let us know too if you are having these issues. I've told the people that I've referred on to solicitors and that, like, listen, if they reject you, oh shit, what happened there?
Light fell over.
I'll keep talking. So at the end of the day, we just got to maintain and do the right thing. That's the thing, But again, if these things have happened, I've referred these people on, and I said, make sure you get back to me and let me know what actually happens. Because again, don't forget, prescribed offences is still a thing in New South Wales. So what will definitely get you your license either refused or suspended, assaults, AVOs, drug supply. Last time I checked, this is many years ago now, it was like spending more than, I think it was it 3 months, 90 days in prison, or was it 30? I can't remember. I don't want to say that one. But there was prescribed offences, fraud by deception, those types of things, stealing, all those types of things. If you had those, it pretty much made you ineligible. But there were certain offences like speeding in traffic which didn't affect anything. Hey, I've had traffic offences when back in the day, nothing crazy, like no alcohol or anything like that, just some speeding offences. But, again, that wasn't an issue 5 years ago, was it? It was not an issue at all. Now, all of a sudden, they're using every reason because people are just willing to jump through the hoops now to get their gun licenses. And for a lot of these shooters now that are up and coming 18, 20-year-olds, this is all normal to them. They don't remember the Port Arthur days of what guns you could get. So they just go, oh, this is the process. We just jump through it and we get the guns, you know what I mean? So, they're obviously trying to stem the flow of guns into the community and licenses because, as you know, mate, thousands and thousands of people are joining the shooting ranks every single day, and it's fantastic. And good law-abiding people doing good things with firearms and having fun. Yeah,
exactly. And also, it's when I talked to weapons licensing years ago, and about how long it was taking for a PTA, because I didn't realise there was a big stuff up. She said, "Oh no, you should have got an email because everything's been held up." I said, "Oh, okay, no worries." And I said, "What do you?" I can't remember exactly how we got onto it, and I said, she ended up saying, yeah, we don't understand why there's so many people getting their licenses. We've been trying to make this hard. She admitted to it. We're trying to make this hard for people so they don't want to get their gun licenses and own firearms. And yeah, we're stumped. We're all stumped here. Why there's record numbers of people getting licenses or applying for licenses, because this is not the plan. This is not how it's meant to go. It's meant to be declining. We're through putting all these restrictions in and making it take so long, because it doesn't take. Can't tell me it takes that long to do a bit of a check, push a few buttons, you got your license once you've applied for it. Why is it taking a year, 18 months for some people? I'm seeing that every week on forums about how long it's taking. Why is it taking that long?
Yeah, well, in New South Wales, it is. I think part of it's what's been going on over the world the last year. That's part of it. But I think they're doing all these really in-depth checks and these refusals on probably some people that have had some basic traffic offences. It is taking time to reject people. That's why things are taking so long. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? But again, let's say back in my history, where it was back then. I had a couple. I think within 2 or 3 in a couple of years. It was rare at the time, but that was just unlucky, just what it was. I haven't really had any for quite a long time. Actually, I think it's probably been probably 8, 9, 10 years maybe. But now that could have been a reason to reject a license. But I guess looking back at the history, they can't do that because a lot of people that may have had those issues back then, they've already 5-year license. They might have already reissued a license 3 times. So you can't go back and then say, well, no, we're taking your gun license now for something you did in 2005, because I don't think a court would agree with that, because they'd be saying, well, you've issued the license 3 times. Nothing's happened since then, or if very little. Sorry, you can't reject the license now. So I think they realise that. They realise they can't do that. But anyone that knew that comes on board that hasn't had a license, well, that's a very different story, isn't it? If you've had some 5, 6 offences in 20, I know my mate, they were referring back to the early 2000s, dude. That's how long they've gone back, 20 years. So just give people a heads up. Just try to be on the ball on the road now. Not that you're not on the ball on the road, but of course you would be. But just make sure you always got that in the back of your mind if you're in New South Wales. And again, coming to a state near you. Do not think it's not coming to a state near you. If it isn't, it's already there.
Exactly. Here's Andy 123. Or at least he got rid of. Oh no, he's still got a picture of Daniel Andrews and on his profile. Peter NSC. If things are about to get a vaccine is losing people's guns, I'm probably going to need you guys real soon. Yeah, I hope you're running a VPN. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's easy just to, there's a lot, I always say there's a lot of people out there already, taking up that particular, avenue. A lot of these, independent news companies, they're charging forward. That's what they want to do, their lot in life. Ours is firearms. So, let them do that. You know what I mean? Let them do that, Doesn't mean you can't watch them. You can watch them and support what they're doing, but just watch from a distance.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, be careful, Andy. We don't want to hear any of you guys getting knocks on the doors at all. We don't want to. No, we don't want to see any of you guys go through that. Also, it's I've read stories even here in Queensland and had messages years ago, or throughout the years, people who have had sick relatives and they cut, and even though that they don't have their guns, but the relatives who are living at home have gun licenses and locked up. They're getting their guns taken off them because one of the people living in the house is sick. They're really sick, and they don't think you should have guns in the house. That is just beyond ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So if they don't like the people you're living with, so they don't let you have your guns. And we've had someone in here that happened to them, didn't it, with their uncle?
Yeah, I met a guy at Bunnings one time, and great family, and they had one of the uncles had some mental health, and he was in a home, and he turned up at their house, and it's like, hey, just because your uncle turns up at your house, he had an episode, nothing to do with the family. There was no ill blood. He was mental health, and he was in a home. Came back to their house, nothing really happened. They just called the cops to try and take him back to the home, because that's what you're supposed to do. And then, they sicked the dog on him, and then, they said, oh, well, he's not living there, but you guys have got guns. We need to take your guns. They're like, what for? And then eventually they put a criteria on the license to say that he had to store his guns at the local range. So that's costing him money, because once we go hunting at night and we can't, take the guns back, you got to go to the 40, 30 minutes to the place to pick up the guns, go hunting, drop them back there. You just can't get access at those times of the night. So anyway, referred him to a good lawyer. That addition to that license was removed pretty quickly once he went to see the solicitor, so you could then have him back at home. So just goes to show, like, sometimes people that are getting refused licenses, if it's reasonable that you think you're going to have a good chance, at least go speak to them, see if you got half a chance. Some of them will be pretty helpful and look at it and say, yeah, I believe this is worth pursuing. Some people will just say, man, don't waste your money, where other guys I know that are really good at what they do, but they won't even look at it until you've paid them the money. So at the end of the day, it could be, listen, you got no chance. Well, you've lost your money anyway. So, but, some of the people that we do know will at least give you half an idea and say, listen, we've got half a chance. If you want to go with it, let's get the money done and we'll go with it and we'll give it a go. So what do you got to lose?
Well, and that brings us to tonight's sponsors, the NSC. If you are looking for a genuine reason, you can sign up to the NSC in Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland for your genuine reason. They are big supporters of this channel. They have been supporting us for, a good 9 months, I'd say. And they do great things. At least you can see where your money is going. Your membership money is going to fighting gun bans, and you get representation if you have firearms problems with the police. They will help you out legally with letters and advice, and if they can, they supply a lawyer, which is really good of them. So definitely sign up to them, and big thank you for their support on the channel. And the other one is OSA Importers. They import Hornady, Sierra, Sauer, Hauer, Mauser, Blaser, and a wide range of products. So definitely, guys, all the links in the description. They help us. So please go and return the favor and buy their products and sign up to the NSC for a membership. So they have memberships of, I think, just a membership without the no genuine reason if you're in a state without it. And then they have the full genuine reason, so you can piss the other organizations off that don't do anything and just go straight to the NSC.
Yeah, if you're paying them money, hoping for them to waffle around and do nothing, they're not the organization to join then. These are people that are actually going to do something. At least give it a go anyway. At least we hope for the best and give it a go. They've had some good stuff they're doing. They've got a couple of solicitors. I think one of barrister on there as well. So they've got some good representation and really good for a small organization, which you just don't see with the other ones. Like I said, if you want ones that just aren't going to do anything and waffle and, behind closed doors and, you're better off just not joining them, because you're going to join someone that's actually going to do something. So if that's what you want, which you should all want, well, then join them.
Yeah, it's also transparency. I want to see where my money's going.
Hey, just go to the bottom. Get rid of this dickhead. Get rid of this dickhead.
Okay. Oh, I just want to thank everyone for the super chats. I've been bringing them up. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. What dickhead's that?
About 4 or 5 from the bottom. Old Cream Pie Lars. Nice one. Old Cream Pie. Yeah, we know what that means, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We both sound like Heath Ledger. Well, I'd like to be like Heath Ledger. He's dead now, obviously, but he was rich as hell. So, mate, we can only wish to be like Heath Ledger. Shit, he was awesome in The Joker.
And awesome, and amazing talent and a fantastic Australian. That wish we could be at his standard. Yeah, so this is the douchebag here. So everyone say goodbye to his YouTube account. So goodbye.
I like the little pictures. I wonder if that's little Lars anyway. Little Danish Lars, I remember. It's a Danish name, isn't it? I think. I'm not sure. But and Peter said 2 barristers. They'd have 2 barristers. I do tell a lie. So which is great news. You're not going to see that from anywhere else, guys. I mean, you see a lot of different things going on and a lot of talking. But again, that's just like us. Hey, we got no money to do anything. We're just bloody mouthpieces on the internet. But at the end of the day, these guys have actually got the money. They need the money to be able to do things. So at the end of the day, if you can support them, try your best. We haven't had any need to give them any curry yet, which is fantastic, which is good. You know what I mean? So keep it up.
No one wants to get on our bad side. Yeah. So we'd like to thank them, of course, great supporters and OSA. All their links are in the description, so you can just hit the OSA's link, go to their site, look at all their products, and they've got a wide range of products worth buying. I use a lot of their stuff because I just like to buy their stuff because they support me. And also the NSC direct link to become a member, I think, is in the comments down below in the description. So that was pretty much last week, guys, about the got to watch what we say. We had a whole lot of other stories as well and examples that we read out. That's what it was all about, guys. We just don't want to see you guys getting in trouble because you're sharing memes and taking the piss out of the police and the pollies over the Wu flu and the jab. Let other people do that who don't have a firearms license. So I hate to say it because you are entitled to your opinion. No one should be censored if they're not blatantly breaking the law. So that's what it was all about.
Agreed. And at the end of the day, even if you do say something, guys, they just win anyway. You lose your gun license, you don't win anything. All this stuff's still happening. It still will happen. You'll still won't be able to go anywhere. So, why risk it? Like I said, there's plenty of other people out there, taking on that charge and that thing. Look at it from the sidelines, and that's all you can really do, because getting involved and this sort of thing, I mean, it's just not gonna end well. So that's why we always say follow the laws as instructed until at such time we can change them. That's our hope for the future, and let's just hope. That's all we can do.
Yes, exactly. Matt Days, does NSC have insurance? Will there be an insurance company working with them? They don't right now, from my understanding. But guys,
they do, don't they? They have no. Sorry, we'll read in the comment. I'm sure that they don't have 20 million public liability.
Oh, public liability, yes. Unless they're thinking of the insuring your guns.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Let us know in there which one you're actually talking about. You're talking about gun insurance, or are you talking about liability, public liability, safety sort of insurance? Let us know in the comments, and I'll keep an eye out for it.
Which I think is more important, because you can get a really good insurance policies on your guns anyway that are a bit more reliable than the wishy-washy ones through organisations, in my eyes. I've done the research, and a lot of people seem to be going to Shannon's insurance company for that. They're saying they do really good and good prices on insuring your firearms and accessories.
Yeah. National Shooting Council said they got the public liability. So yeah, I don't think that they don't have the gun insurance like other people do, but that might be happening in the future. Gekov V15 says, keep up the good work. Australia keeps sitting on its ass. Need more people like yourself. Love your show as well. Thank you. That's really nice of you to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another thing, going back to the original story that we didn't talk about last week, was they remember they were trying to bring out the law where your guns, if you were broken into and your guns were stolen, you were going to be held responsible and your license was going to be removed from you because you didn't go the extra mile to prevent your guns being stolen. So they're absolutely ridiculous. So it would never stand up, because if your gun's mounted in line with what the regulations are, there is no way they could charge you for that. What are they going to say? Well, you had an angle grinder in the house. Well, everyone has angle grinders in that. We know they can get into safes with an angle grinder in a matter of minutes. So it's all
you need is time. I mean, again, if they want them, they're going to get them. Just again, follow the law of the regulations as you need it. One, let me just say this, because we're probably people joining in. Religion is poison, his name is. Why was the stream taken down last week, mate? We already explained that. You'll have to watch it after the show. So anyone watching right now, You have to go back to earlier in the stream, wait until we finish the stream. It becomes a video, and you can go back and we'll tell you all about it. You can sit through it and probably put you to sleep. But yeah, it's all earlier. So any new people that have joined the stream, wait until after the stream, go back and watch the whole stream. We already talk about why it was taken down.
Yeah, and don't another thing, do not promote. They don't want to see you promoting this other guy that got his license taken off him. He was promoting the protests, and they do not want to see people doing that.
Actually,
So
did we actually talk about why? Did we actually talk about why? I'm thinking about it. Did we talk about why the stream was taken down last week?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm thinking about it. Did we actually talk about that? Religion is poison. I've got it wrong. Well, we didn't actually talk about it.
Well, about 20 minutes afterwards, I got a strike against me. This isn't the first time. I actually had a live stream I was doing out in the field taken down about 5 minutes into it, and it just went dead. And then, but this time it was afterwards, so it became a video, I assume, and it was a community strike, and I had the option to take the video down, or I could try and fight it. But if I fight it and lose, I get the strike. So it's just easy just to have to take it down, because I did not want to risk getting a strike. Because if I get a strike on my channel, I can't live stream. So there'd be no live streams. I think it's for a month. I think it is. So it was easy just to take the video down, because if some reason you don't win, where it does happen, you don't win, I do get a strike, and they made that clear in the message. So unfortunately, my hands were tied.
Yeah, exactly. Always, try and put the people are talking about here about the saves, and it just keeps honest people out. That's true. You know what I mean? But again, CCTV, things like that. Don't put in the guns in a certain area, or like out in sheds if you can afford to. Just again, you're just asking for trouble in those little small tin sheds and that sort of thing. Like try and have them inside the home somewhere. As Fabric Fly said, that's exactly why I installed CCTV in the room, motion detection and audio recording. Exactly. Get a good system. You can get, hey, I've had an eBay one. I think it was $400 for 6-7 years now. Never missed a beat. Couple of the camera, what do you call them? The infrared globes are starting to go on a couple of them, but it still does a fantastic job. And mate, again, it's power over IP, I think it is, or whatever it is, or is it Ethernet over IP, whatever it is, but basically one cord, you can just put new cameras in them anyway, just get another camera. So it's not too hard. And, these cameras are everywhere, dime a dozen. So again, something that just an added layer of defense, especially if you can stream it to your phone too. And sometimes that's really important too. Like if I'm on holidays, I'll just go back and I've got two facing out the front, and you can just, because I've got it on motion detection, 1 minute on motion. So as soon as there's no motion, then 1 minute later it will stop. But if the motion keeps going, it just keeps, as soon as it detects, it does that 1 minute starts over again. So I just watch what my neighbors are doing and just, just keep an eye on,
He's one of those nosy neighbors that we all have one. We all have a Jason.
It's always interesting just to see what people are doing when nothing's ever happened, but just, okay, they're moving, just again, it's always good to see what people are doing. When you're not there, people don't think they're being recorded. They do some strange things.
Yes, exactly. Well, here's a funny story. I put my expensive trail cam, my driveway is 400 meters long. I put it so it's facing my gate, because I had some, want to see people, just wanted to see if anyone pulls up during the day while I'm not here. And someone stole it. It was inside my gate about 15 meters, and it is camouflage. And someone stole my bloody trail cam. It was about $300-400 I paid for the bloody thing. Gone. I assume it would have been at night, but when people were walking, I guess. I don't know, because you can see the infrared glow of the infrared sensors. And that's the only way I think they could have known it was there, was through that. But someone stole my bloody trail cam.
Someone said, what was the strike for? I mean, what do we actually do? Well, I don't think we really, I don't know what you're saying, but we don't really know.
No, they don't tell you. They just say it goes against community standards. And they don't tell you. You can't talk to anyone. When my first channel was taken down, it took me, it went down about 9 o'clock at night. I got a message saying your channel's been taken down. And I got on to Google, and I was on there for about 4 in the morning. I finally found a way of contacting them through links after links, and then messages, and finally, the next day, they got back to me and I talked to someone live and they had no interest in talking to me. They wouldn't even tell me why. And that was the end of that.
We've got another one. We've got another one to get rid of too, Aaron.
Yeah.
Another one to get rid of. Nick Gersey, Gersc. Is this the I got to admit, it's pretty funny. Is this the Heath Ledger cosplay podcast? Well, hey, he's a smart one. He was the rich one, wasn't he? He was in the one of the leading actors before he unfortunately passed away. So yeah, but anyway, what do you do? Thank you, Nick, for the real kind comment. We really appreciate it. But we don't mind reading out the old trolls, do we?
No, here we go. Nick Gez, he looks like a bit of a knob, a bit of a dickhead by the looks of it.
It looks like he's got a wiener for a nose.
Yeah.
Anyway, we excuse me, we like to give the trolls a bit of a shout out. So, they think they're giving us shit. We just find it hilarious, man. It's funniest stuff ever. Yeah. And you guys can laugh at it too while we're doing the podcast. Why not?
So everybody say goodbye to Nick. Gone. Just like that. All righty. So we had
a few good ones, eh? We've avoided it for about 6 months or so. We haven't had a bad one.
Now, we had that Numnut last week, 30-30. He was always a big supporter. Then he went off the rails one week, absolutely off the rails. And, guys, we had this guy, and he put a big comment up in one of the live streams a few weeks ago, calling me everything underneath the sun, saying that I took down his comments. I wrote back, said, mate, I've never saw your comments. I get hundreds of comments. Like, on the live stream, we get close to 1,000 comments going past every night. So I don't see them all. It's hard to see all the names because it just goes past so fast. And I said, I didn't see your comments. I didn't delete any comments. And then he wrote back something. And I thought, oh, well, stuff out has left it at that. I didn't delete him. But then last week he jumped on having a go at us again. So I kicked him off last week's stream. And then he got back on the video from the previous week, started abusing me. So that was the end of him. He's gone. So he's not in here again. He was, 30-30 something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. I was like, it must be a full moon tonight. Someone was saying, Alex Lopez, must be a full moon. Yeah, we haven't had any bad ones recently, but you get them here and then. Hey, you made the big time when you've got some trolls, because why would you worry about a couple of idiots like us? That's the funniest thing. Why you'd worry about people like us, to be brutally honest. But, hey, yeah.
Exactly. Smash that thumbs up. Hey, here's something I've been meaning to ask everyone. Where do you guys watch this video? Don't tell me on the toilet, on your phone. But I was talking to Dave, who came over and gave me a bit of a hand with some electrical today. He sits in his shed. He makes got a great business making handmade cast nets for fishing. And he sits there making that and watches in his shed. Where do you guys watch it? That's something I'd like to know. Are you in your living room? Are you just on your phone, on your computer, or what?
Here we go. We've got Andy says on his lounge room TV, camouflage on the lounge, Benny 881 TV, Bushranger in bed. I don't know, Bushranger, man. I'm not sure about that one, dude. That's a little bit sketchy. Old Bushranger Brotherhood. Let's have a look. I don't understand. He goes, I don't understand. Luke Skeeto said, I don't understand the Heath Ledger references. Well, he was in Brokeback Mountain, which was, you get the drift. They're trying to say, I guess me and Aaron are of the same. You get the drift anyway. I don't have to say it, but Fox 860 on the TV. What's that?
Even though we live 1,000 kilometers away from each other.
Yeah, exactly. Rob's Woodworking said in bed as well. Curse you, Rob. That's not good watching, two middle-aged men in your bedroom. It's not that great. But I like Rob. He's a regular. Is he a friend of yours? Isn't he? Old Rob's Woodworking. He's a good guy.
Yeah, good guy. He's got a great site. So go find his site. It's a woodworking site. It's awesome. If you want to put your woodworking page up here, Rob, put it in the comments. I don't mind you sharing that. Hey, it's Mr. 3030. That's who we shit-canned last week.
Yeah, Cliff Lee said lounge room, a laptop, he said. While reloading, M. Trundle, front toward enemy laptop, Phantom HD, lounge room. Cracker says computer. Aaron Johnson, living room, on the couch, nude, LOL. Yeah, all right, hang on. Even though he's a regular, who wants to ban Aaron Johnson? No, we're not going to ban Aaron. He's a good guy. He's one of our regulars.
GG, bedroom desk. What else? On the 65-inch telly.
NB
Bedroom.
in his slave dungeon. Well, yeah, better watch out for him then. Home office, carbon-based life forms back with us again. Haven't seen you for a few weeks, Carbon. He's from his home office. TV on the couch, can in the hand, laptop, says Matt Rickard. Welcome.
Yeah.
Phone out in the middle of the bush from Ben Taz. Well, we wish we could go out in the bush right now. So, anyway, it's good to see where you are all doing it from. West Covina Dodge. Pat from America, from California there. He says his bedroom desk because he joined us on the live stream a couple of weeks ago, which was good.
Yes.
JR with his 65-inch television. Yeah, imagine seeing us at 65 inches on television. God, I don't know, man. That's a bit rough, I reckon, on a 65-inch. I see me and Aaron on TV, a couple of mid-40-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other things we got to talk about? We start doing a bit of a Q&A before we finish off. What do you got? What you got there?
We had another one that's not important. We can talk about that next week. We'll just answer some questions, I reckon. So, guys, we did enjoy having you guys on the show. So we're going to do another one in the next few weeks. How many of you guys are going to come on? And if the same people want to come on, not a problem. We'll be happy to have you guys on again, but we want a lot more of you on as well. So who wants to come on the show in a few weeks' time and talk to us live? So tell us down below.
Yeah, and last time we didn't have a thing, but we'll try and have a topic of discussion. You guys want to talk about it, just so we can have some flow and some structure to when we get people on the show.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really cool actually putting some faces to the names. Phantom said he's too ugly
to come on the stream.
Yeah, Colin said he'll come on. That'll be good. JR will come on. That's good. Yeah. So, anyone who wants to come on, we're going to do it again in a few weeks. We might do it once a month. We're not too sure. It wasn't a big rating show because, I think you guys just like doom and gloom, all the bad news. But we want to try and do something positive. It wasn't a big rating show, but it was fun for us to do. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bushranger Brothers sort of he might jump on. So throw some topics up there, guys. Throw your questions. Anything you got, throw it up in the comments. We've got 15 or 17, 18 minutes. We're going to smash them out as quick as we can. Give you guys a bit of love in the chat. Anything you want to talk about, just put it in the comment section and we'll start bringing them up. So now's your opportunity. If we miss a few, we're sorry because they just keep coming up and boom, boom, boom. So we're getting a lot of people on it now at the moment. So and it says limit is Pat from West Covina Dodge says limit is 6 at a time from StreamYard. Well, yeah, but the way Aaron talks, shit, we can only afford to have one extra person on because he's so bad, letting some other guys talk. So, get the siren out.
Well, we only bring one person on at a time. So we'll just have one person at a time come on, and then we'll move to the next person, next person, and next person.
We should have brought old Lars on. Old Lars, brought him on. Give him the link. Old Lars, we just banned.
Oh, it's too late now. Once you're banned, there's no coming back. You've got to make a new Google account. So,
yeah, exactly.
There's Babo in the gun room with Scotch. Nice. What Scotch do you like? In fact, what's your guys' preferred drink? No, you're all gentlemen here. I'm assuming you're liking fine whiskey.
I'm a skirt man. I've got the Summersby apple ciders, man. That's my go-to because I'm a bit of a cider man. So I do like vodka, but yeah, I got totally trashed one time up in Port Macquarie when I was, let's just say, of age, right? So I was of age, and I had a little bottle of what was it, Jim Beam? And I was like can of Coke, Jim Beam, can of Coke. Oh man, it did not end well. It did not end. I remember getting into the boat back in at the unit complex we were renting and lied in the boat for like 4 hours, then got up and spewed my guts out in the boat. Just it was messy, very messy. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, here's one. Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels is my favorite as well. I do like some Gentleman Jack. I like the green label Jack Daniels. That's quite nice as well. And I like Maker's Mark. And I like
Aaron Johnson. He goes, the goon bags are good. Yeah, so I did pitch Aaron for a goon bag drinker. He'd love a good goon, wouldn't he? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nothing like the old goon bag drinking game. Peg them up on the spin the goon. Peg it up on the hills hoist and spin it around. And who it lands on gets to scull some goon.
Yeah,
everyone must have played that game.
Yeah. Anyway, let's put in the firearm related stuff, guys. Hunting or firearm related. Boom. Get in the comments. What do you want to talk about? Throw up some questions. We've been a bit slack on getting your guys' questions up on the screen the last couple of weeks, just because there's been so much on and so many things to talk about. So, put it up and we'll see if we can have a bit of a discussion.
I think everyone's talking booze now and wants to play Spin the Goon by the sounds of it.
Here we go. Epic Flies with a good one. Do hunting speakers that make animal noises actually work effectively or just a waste of money? No. I had one of the Fox Pros. They're more of the expensive side ones from America. But, oh, man, they work, dude. They work. The benefits of a speaker and a Fox Pro is you can actually put it out away from you, especially with obviously only really calling in foxes, obviously. But they're actually hunting the caller. They're not hunting you. And I've had them come around in front of me and where you walk out, as soon as they hit that trail where you've walked to put the caller, as soon as they hit that trail, boom, they're gone. So sometimes you'll see them, if you put it out 40 meters, 30 meters, you'll see them come around or this way, and they'll try and get downwind of the caller. Sometimes if you're not far enough away, they'll be coming right at you, so you've got to be prepared to shoot. But a lot of the time, they'll come right in the middle of you and the caller and just bang, hit them with the shotgun or the rifle, whatever. It's awesome fun. So, they do work, man. And some of the sounds on Fox Pro, like these bird sounds, brings in the foxes. They don't even exist in this country. I think one of them was like woody woodpecker, northern flicker. There was all these different bird sounds, but man, they do work. They just know a distress call when they hear one. So there's a bit of a tip for you.
Yes. We tried it. Remember we went hunting with Marty that time, and and we couldn't stop laughing our guts up on the back of the ute.
Yeah,
I can't quite remember why that was. Yeah, that was a good
Marty
one.
said something anyway. We just, oh man, it was, I don't know what it was, but it was absolutely hilarious. And we just, man, I had stitches after. I couldn't get off the truck because I just had stitches in my abdomen, man. I just couldn't, And Benny makes a good point here. Benny 881 says, well, are you even a fit and proper person if you drink goon? Well, I'd be inclined to say no. No, you're not. Absolutely not.
So, guys, don't put on your application form that you play Spin the Goon.
Yeah.
Your favorite pastime, Spin the Goon.
Yeah, if you drink a 2-liter goon, if you're drinking alcohol from a bag, you're just a bad person in general. All right, just a bad person.
Well, what about if you keep it in the cardboard box?
I guess it looks better. I mean, it might look a bit better, but it's hilarious.
The goon handbag.
Yeah.
Best hunting trip. Well, my best hunting trip was one of the last ones I went on. We're on a monster property, and it was overrun by vermin. That we got between mate and me, we got 450 kills in the weekend over 2 nights. That was just unbelievable, eh? And we saw probably 800 more just driving the 5Ks down the driveway on the way home. There was double that easily what we saw just driving out after the weekend. So that was probably my best one because I'm impatient. I'm an impatient person. I can't sit around. I'm not going out hunting and walking around aimlessly looking for a deer and not get anything or let one shot off. If I go to a property, I'm not rattling off rounds at vermin. Within an hour or so, mate, it's starting to be a wasted weekend for me. I've got to just jump straight into it.
Probably for me, I'll see if I can even bring it up. Let me see if I can go share screen, man. Let's see if it's in my window. Oh, yeah, there it is. Share that. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yep.
Let's see if it comes up.
Yep, there we go.
That's probably one of my favorite. That's my awesome deer, man. Like, I still got the head and the thing. That was one of my best hunts, man. He popped out, big fallow. That thing was huge, man. It was just amazing. It was an amazing experience for me, man, that one. So that's probably my favorite, dude. It just stands out where it just came out of the timber like, oh, man, it was like majestic. It was deer. Its chest was out. The sun was on it. Amazing, man. Amazing. There you go. That's my one.
Yeah, that's awesome. That looked good. Yeah, I just don't have the patience. I just want to just get hook into it. And like I shoot all day, like plinking things. And I know you can't do it in New South Wales, but we set up targets, long range fun. I have shootouts at targets that he's going to have to cook dinner that night and stuff like that. So yeah, I shoot day and night, and yeah, I just can't. Not one of these ones who walk around and wait and stalk. I just can't do it.
Yeah, he's got no patience, guys. If you know Aaron, he's got zero patience. He's really, the only good thing he's doing is probably making you laugh on the back of a tray of a 4-wheel drive. Other than that, he really don't have much to offer, to be brutally honest. So there you go. All right, let's go. Let's smash through him, man. Let's just give him some quick answers. We'll try and get as many as we can. Here we go.
Bugger me. Read that.
Oh, shit. I hope not.
I hope you're taking the piss.
Yeah, I hope so, man. It's a bit silly if you what. Anyway, hopefully it was maybe he's just trolling us. D40 said, okay, let's go. Most fun gun to shoot. Go, Aaron. Most fun gun to shoot.
Probably my 300 rum.
No, but okay, any gun. What is the most fun gun at all, anywhere in the world? What would be fun to shoot or have shot or will shoot or want to shoot?
AK. It's a lot of fun. AK-47 was a lot of fun.
I'm going to go, I don't know, I'm a bit of a shotgun. I love the semi-auto shotguns, I reckon. That's probably for me. Not anyone, and ARs would be pretty fun too. I like those, but I'm loving the bolt actions too. Yeah, all of them. Next, go. Hit up next one. Go.
Okay. They're all talking amongst themselves.
Here we go. Probing Uranus.
Oh, you're up there. Oh, you're all up there. Saw that one, yeah.
That's what I always call him probing because it's bloody stupid. But anyway, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 300 Win Mag for medium to big game hunting. Oh, man.
Win Mag.
All of them will do the job, I reckon. I'm going to go 300 Win Mag because I've got one.
Yeah, see, 300 Win Mag is good for small game too, just pavement pizzas. Nothing like putting a rabbit into a meat in a hole. That's it.
Listen, for less recoil, 6.5 Creedmoor, good tried and trusty, 308. You really want to make sure they're dead and got a good bullet, 300 Win Mag. But I'm going to run, again, tip for you. Best BC bullet, 208 grain, ELD match. Get on it.
Yeah, I'm using 220 Sierra Match Kings in my rum.
Oh, yeah.
But, the Win Mag is fine for with you got a muzzle brake on. There is no recoil with a muzzle brake. Yeah,
made a big difference. I've got a muzzle brake on mine on just a little 3-port off that guy. It was an eBay guy. I mean, seems pretty good. It's done a good job so far. I'm really keen to get at that Bagara and just actually get it on some long range thing. But as you know, we can't leave the house at the moment, so except for work.
Yeah, exactly. Matt, thermal optics. Any thoughts? I've used them. Yeah, they're fun. A lot of fun. But you got to get good ones. You definitely got to get a good one, and they start around $5,000. Unfortunately, and know your background, guys. Know for thermals, it doesn't pick up what's behind it. So know where you're shooting. Your backgrounds. The ones I was using further out just looked black, but you can pick up the game really easily. So you've really got to know the terrain where you're shooting with them. Night vision. I've used the full-on military night vision as well, and that's pretty awesome. And if you get some good night vision, but man, a proper night vision is expensive. The goggles and that you're looking at like $15,000, $16,000 for a setup.
It's always better do what they did in that interview that I said. Get a scanner. Don't get a scope. Get a scanner so you actually scan around. And then when you get game, you buy like one of those red lights off AliExpress or eBay or whatever. Hook it to your scope or your gun, and then when you're ready, you just have it. Make sure it's got a bunch of different settings so you can keep it on there. As soon as you see the animal, you've obviously identified it. Make sure identification. Boom, light it up with the red light. Bang, right then and there. So watch Nathan from Edge of the Outback. I was only talking to him a couple of days ago just about some camera stuff, and he bought some camera work and some different cameras and lenses, and he's into all that stuff. So join his Patreon as well and ask him a couple of questions there because he's one of the ones that does all that sort of stuff. So have a chat to him about it.
Yeah, Mickey G. Jason, check your messages, Instagram messages. They're great. They're a lot of fun. I'd go. Well, I've got these here. The ATN from OSA. They're great. Night vision. Got a rangefinder in it. Got the sensors you can see there for the binoculars. You can see things with it. Thermals, good, but you got to get a good thermal. You do have to get a good thermal. That's for sure. Fleur makes good trackers. And got to get a good tracker as well, don't you, James? Because I've used that loophole, that first one that came out, and that was abysmal. Like, we couldn't even pick up a roo 15 meters in front of us with it. It was that bad.
Yeah, and you got to spend the money, man. It's just there's no way of getting around it, man. Just, I mean, once he's got like 6 or 8 grand in quality and so forth. So, I mean, it's definitely up there. But if you're going to use it twice a year, I wouldn't get that expensive. Something you're going to use every fortnight, then yeah, I'd definitely get something good. But anyway, let's hit a couple more quick. Bang, 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 quick succession. Let's go, go, go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a few. The biggest caliber shot, mine was the 500 Jeffrey, is what I shot. That was definitely a bit of a whack.
I was in America. I actually shot a 50 cal.
Nice.
Wasn't too bad. Hey, an unbraked 50 cal. Both braked and unbraked. Unbraked was a nightmare, but it still gave a bit of recoil resistance because it was the semi-auto version.
Yeah. Nice. I never shot a 50 cal.
Loud, man. Oh, loud. Double hearing protection. Fun though.
Yeah, rattles your teeth.
I can't really remember it now. I remember it, but you don't remember the feeling. You just want to do it again. So.
Yeah, it's there's a video on the 500 Jeffrey as well. You'll see it on the channel, so you can go find that. What's this? What type of meat and hole are you referring to? Yeah, rabbits. Rabbits in a hole after being shot. You dirty fuck.
Well, there you go. He said he'll definitely come on now because definitely now he knows what the go is. Yeah, well, it's a great live stream with just shooters and hunters having doing a bit of discussion, and it's awesome.
I would love to shoot the minigun, Kieran. Yeah, that'll be awesome. It's for 100 rounds at Vegas. It was I think it's $300, and it's just like done. There's $300 gone. At least you can say you shot it, I guess.
Front toward enemy says best hunting trip he had was 7 goats near Cobar in 7 days. 80 goats, in 7 days near Cobar. I reckon that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Griffo said still waiting to get a deer. Yeah, well, mate, that was me, man, for 5 years. Mickey G has said check Instagram. I did, man. I can't see anything on Instagram. I don't know what names are coming up under, dude. I don't know what you sent me. I just looked. I can't see anything. Send me on an email, AustralianHuntingPodcast@gmail.com.
What would be a dream to shoot a 50? Would it be a dream to shoot a 50 cal? It certainly would for me. Jason has, and I haven't.
I'd do it again. I definitely want to go to one of those Las Vegas gun ranges and do the big package, like the Tommy gun and the 50 cal, just blow like 2 grand's worth of ammo in like 2 hours or something. Well, probably less, maybe an hour.
At Battlefield Vegas, hell yeah.
Yeah. But maybe go and shoot some mortars and that too. You're allowed to do that too over at their property. You can do mortars. You can drive the tank if you've got a couple of grand as well. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, over a car. Yeah. Great show tonight, guys. Thank you, Robert, and thank you for the super chat.
50 cal equals $30 a shoot in Oz, says Probing. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, again, most ranges won't allow it unless you got, again, wouldn't even consider that unless you've got private property to shoot on or your own property. I mean, and probably if you're in WA, they want to ask, why do you need that for?
Yeah, well, we can't even have a 50 cal up here, BMG.
Yeah. And New South Wales, we love it. New South Wales, the land of the free. Next year. Next year.
Maybe.
Anyway.
You see 50 Jeffrey is a 50 cal, but you said you never shot a 50 cal. Well, I mean a 50 BMG. That's what I meant. The
last one, man, then we'll finish up.
Yeah, just people just talking to themselves.
Oh, no, sorry, you can. Here's me thinking WA. No, you can. I know they hide them out at the range over there, one of the ranges. So I think you can own a 50 cal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, I just remember because someone did say there's a range in Perth that you shoot the 50 cal, but can you own them? I'm not sure. I know one of the guys that did some stuff a couple of years ago at the range and shooting on the range and so forth. Yeah, I know that was the thing. So, yeah, let us know if you can own them over there. Maybe they can just rent them. I'm not sure. Or like not rent them, but go to the range and shoot them under supervision. Let us know in the comments.
Interview with Hunting with Stu. Yeah, we might get hold of him sometime. I've got a few people that want to come back. I know Hootie's always keen on coming back. Mark from Fit and Fire. Mate Steffi in Texas. I was just talking to her today. I know she's keen.
We've got another one to get rid of. We've got a third one tonight. We love it. Gregor's Dram. Another idiot. What's your favorite school shooting? The one where we ban you. That's my favorite one. We're about to ban you.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Gregor's.
Yep. This is everyone say goodbye to this numbnut. Goodbye, Gregor's. Useless.
Anyone that uses a video game as their profile picture is definitely not a full quid, eh? Definitely not a full quid.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeez,
Jeez,
but man, the trolls,
three
we love it.
people.
We love the trolls, man, because yeah. Worried about two idiots on the internet. Who would have thought? Hey, we're making changes, dude. So that's really good for us because you wouldn't bother worrying about a couple of idiots on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, we'll call it a night. Thank you so much for watching again tonight, guys. Been a great night. We will be back in 7 days' time. And remember, give this video a thumbs up, and definitely if you guys can share the videos, it'll be great. Like if you can share them the next day or when it turns into a video in about 10 minutes' time, just to get the word out so we can build up our numbers. It's going up almost every week. So it's been fantastic. It's been great having you here. So give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And you'll find Jason's links. We also both have Patreon. If you want to donate to our Patreons, we really appreciate it. My Patreon is going down weekly now. It's just going down big time. So, if you want to sign up, every cent helps to make this show. So thank you very much for everyone. Thank you for the super chats. And I hope all of you, and thank you, Jason, and I hope all of you have a fantastic week and safe weekend. Talk to you next week.